So just a few tips on some tech tips that might help with parent-teacher conferences. That's probably where you're going to live the most during conferences. And oh, I don't know why it goes to that automatically. So obviously we don't want every student's score to show up when we pull a parent or when we pull a class up. So if you just right click in the scores tab, right click on the student name, and me, click on the student name and do show only this student. And takes away everyone else and just shows them so that you can
Okay. Could
talk with
you
that
possibly
parent.
go back to your home screen? Because mine does not look like that.
Oh, so home, your home screen looks like this, right?
No, I don't have the student search and the my favorites at the top. I just have my classes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I just added those. So like with the orange settings button here, you can
Okay.
say how you want your layout to be. So I left the default layout, but then the available cards here, I just took and drug it over to the top. So I just drug over student search and then my favorites. Like if I want to drag over
Okay.
alerts, and then when I save that,
And
it's
then
just a
what was the other
card
one?
there that,
School favorites.
yeah, I like favorites because then I can just click right into student schedule and search from there.
Okay.
And so any of that's typically, so you can also access that from the star. And I actually find myself going to the star more. So like I know communication log is just over there on the left, but now when I'm anywhere in SIS, if I click the star, I have communication log that I can click on there, and then it automatically takes me to the student search.
Okay. I think I don't have many things on my favorites, so I need to add things. But I like the student search being at the
Yeah, so
top
this,
though, because I thought I could just like search for their grade and there
yes,
too.
yes, it's a lot
Okay.
faster. Yeah, and to add to your favorites, you just like if I'm on the communication log, then I just click the little star here and
Mm-hmm.
click add current page. Yep, just click on that student, click show only, and then when they're done, you just click back on that student and do show all students again. And then it'll
Okay.
take you to the next one. So that will be helpful in showing them what's what. In Canvas, the other tip was in Canvas. So if I go to typically what's going to happen is a parent's going to say you've experienced it before, well they turned all their things in, or I know they did all the work. And so I like to come in to Canvas, and even if I just come to the grade book, now I can I don't know if I just start searching a student's name, it will narrow the grade book down to just that student, which is nice.
Mm-hmm.
That's a new feature they just updated this week. um, so you can show a parent.
Yeah, I love the new assignment search. I was super excited.
Yes. Yes. Like it's the little thing. It's a teensy tiny change.
I
They
know.
actually announced this week also that they're finally changing the app, but it probably won't come until spring. They're trying
Okay.
to make it so that, the web and the app look so different right now. They're
Yeah.
trying to make it so that when you open the app, it's the web version so that
Okay.
they're more
Yeah, that'd
closely
be better.
aligned. So,
Mhm.
yes.
Yeah, because there's some
So,
small
searching.
differences that are a lot better on the site than the app, like feedback and stuff wise. It's better on the site.
Yes, yes. It's just the app is almost too simplified. It doesn't give them everything
Yeah,
they need, I feel
yeah,
like.
I think so.
So then if I click on an individual student and I like to pull up for parents their grades
Mhm.
and kind of go through them, because this is really when a parent logs in as a parent observer, this is what they see, right? They're going to typically go to the grades and they're going to look at this and kind of a lot of them don't understand what this screen
Yeah.
means, and what, like, well, it's late. Okay, but is it scored? Is it not scored? So I just kind
Right,
of always, I be sure to explain to them that the score tab, if there's a
right.
score there, that means the teacher's seen it and you're good. And this
Mhm.
is the second one's just how many points for total.
Okay.
And then just to let them know that there is feedback here if they click on that. So the parents can see that. When a
Whoa, I
parent
think,
clicks on
is
an
that new?
assignment,
I
Huh?
didn't feel like I could see that
That's
before
me.
the feedback.
Oh, this, like the little comment. So when you do like an overall feedback on their, like when you put it in the overall feedback for the assignment, it will show up
Mhm.
here in their grades tab.
Okay.
So that's kind of a quick way to get to it. It also, then this little checkbox will show them their score as in comparison to the rest of the class. So that, to me, that's
Okay.
helpful in the parent view so that they can kind of
Yeah.
see, oh, everybody did really well and my kid did not, or everybody did really bad and my kid did really well. So it kind of helps them place where they're at. And then I always be
Yeah.
sure that parents know, because it's kind of confusing for a parent if you say go to modules for the lessons, because the parents
Right.
don't really understand the structure of the module. So I tell them, like, my biggest tip for them is to work off of the grades. Oh, let me close that. To work off of the grades tab. And that seemed to help a
Mhm.
lot of our virtual families because then you can easily see if it's not in there, it will say missing. If it's
Right.
in there
Right.
waiting to be graded, it'll show a little icon.
Right.
You've
A
seen
little.
that,
Yeah.
right? And if they want
Yeah.
to know what that assignment is, let's say she's missing this assignment here, then I always show them, like, they don't always realize that they can click on that. And then it takes them to what their student submitted so they can see that. But then also, if they click all the way up at the top of the little breadcrumbs, if they click on that, then it takes them back to what the actual directions were.
Okay.
So that's helped a lot of families in kind of navigating it from the grades tab instead of trying to navigate from modules. So they kind of look at what's missing and then work a little bit backwards from there.
Okay.
Um, have you used new analytics at all?
I don't know. Maybe. Sometimes I don't know what I'm clicking on in
I'll just
Canvas.
go. I'll go. I know we're running. I try to keep it under that 10 minutes, but that's another huge help when you're conferencing with parents. If you can say, well, they log in every single day and they do their work every day. So if on that, when you're on your homepage, if you click that new analytics to the right,
Okay.
then you can see course grades, weekly online activity. And this is just right now, it's showing the average for all of my sections. But if
Okay.
I
That's
were
what I
to
was
type
wondering.
in, yeah, if I were to look at a specific student, then it'll show
Oh,
me her in green. Yep. So I can see like she's actually above average in page views
okay.
here. And I would say page views are, take that with a grain of salt, right? Like that's why I compare it to the average. Because if it's 0 page views, that means they've not been in my course at all. Like they're not doing anything.
Mhm.
I always look at the average because it's like every time they click through something, it will count it as a page view. So sometimes it's really like excessively high. It might say like 885 and you know it seems ridiculously out of whack, but it's really not
Okay.
because it's just counting it every time they pass by that page. And then
Okay.
participations are when they've actually turned something in.
Okay.
So I can see that she's been turning work in, but like this week hasn't turned anything in yet. But that's okay because it's not due till Friday.
Right.
So then it'll break it down even by assignment and by page down here. So this really helps kind of squelch that all their access, they go onto Canvas every single day. And then if you go into students, here's just that student, her overall grade, her work on time, when's the last time she participated. So that you'll be able to tell within, I always say within 24 hours. So like this time, this is the last time she submitted something was October 7th, but I know she just submitted something yesterday to me. And it just hasn't, the data doesn't always match up within 24 hours.
Okay.
Um, so that also helps a lot. So those are my two favorite places to go, the grades tab and then the analytics to kind of show them how much time they're spending, especially
Mhm.
in relationship to, because it won't hurt them to see the overall class average to kind of compare where their student
Right.
is at.
Where we're at. Okay.